Hello gamers, Matt Lemke here with your gamer goggles. Today we're going to do a figure forge of the Mercs miniatures starter pack for the CCC. These are all the minis you have. What you'll need for this video, or what you'll need, is probably a small file, maybe a drill and some paper clips to pin models, and of course the models in super glue. I will most likely use some zip kicker, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start off with the sniper, and we're going to start by zooming in so you can see what the heck I'm doing. And we're going to start by gluing him to his base, because I've always found it's easier to work with the models when they're on their base. Well, not always, but probably 90% of the time. There are people out there who disagree with me. There's also people out there that are from the mindset that you shouldn't put the models together before you paint them. I have found that if I don't put the models together before I paint them, I'll never put them together. So, I guess for me, it's the opposite. You have to put them together first. And I don't like zip kicking where plastic and pewter come together, because it tends to turn the plastic white. So we'll have some lag here and there that I'll have to edit out probably. Because it's a little bit chilly where I'm at right now. Set him aside. Then we'll grab this guy. Not entirely sure who he is without looking at the box, but it's not entirely relevant for gluing him to the base either. It might become relevant when I go to glue his weapon on and I don't know what weapon he needs. Set him aside, let him dry. Grab the almost one-piece model. Grab my nippers, because that's on there pretty good. Nip off his backpack. And since this is a one-piece model, I'm going to go ahead and probably just glue his backpack on his back as soon as I get him in a base, so he's done. Again, most of their models go together fairly easy, and they're dynamic enough that you don't have to really worry about anything. I am going to put the glue, a little drop of glue, right in the dimple of the backpack, and then I'm carefully going to drop it and glue it to my finger. Going to put it on the back of the model. I'm going to try and lean in without sticking my head into the camera and see if I've got it on the right way. I think I do, because there's a strap. Well, if I don't have it on the right way, it's a little bit late because it's already dry, which is very weird. Normally things don't dry that fast for me. Set him aside, let him dry. Grab the headless dude. Well, one of the headless dudes. There's a couple, I think. I'm actually going to clip this off, because that's a little bit of flashing. And there is a little bit of filing to do on this model. So I'm just going to hit that spot real quick with the model, or with the file. And there's a little bit on the other side. Not bad. Actually, you could probably, with paint, pass it off as part of the model. That's how simple it was to take it off. Put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue on his foot. Go like that. Now, one thing I did notice about the newer Mercs minis from the original starters is the heads have been designed a lot better. You can see that there's a divot there for it to rest into. And he hasn't dried enough to do anything with. So I'm going to set him aside real quick. I'm setting all these models aside on a piece of plastic that's off screen so I don't get them on other things. There's 2 models left to base. Another headless guy. Put some glue on the base of his foot, in the base of his foot, just like that. And again, I'm going to set him aside. I actually have to hold him a little bit until he dries. A little bit more. So we're about 5.5 minutes into this assembly video, and the models are over halfway done. One more. I'm pretty sure this is the flamethrower. Almost looks like there's a monkey wrench there. Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be some kind of a spark generator, or if that's like flashing that seeped out and is in between those two pieces. But I kind of like the look. It looks like something that would create an arc to generate a spark for the flamethrower. So I'm going to leave it. And if I get the gumption, wow, I don't like that one bit. If I get the time and the ability, I'll take some steel wool, shred it up a little bit, and what I'll do is I'll take a few strands, dip them in like an electric blue paint, or mist them with electric blue paint, and I'll just glue them on there like there is a spark. Whether it'll work or not, that's another story. Now we're into the tiny bitty pieces of what's left. So, some of these are pretty obvious. Now, for example, this is a piece of flashing here that you have to nip off. I'm not going to nip it off just yet because move some of this stuff out of here. Put it down here a little bit more where you can get a better look at it, because it's trying to zoom in on my hand. I'm not going to nip it off just yet because bending this might not be the best thing, so I might need a little bit of extra. So I'm just going to set that aside for a second. I know that this is the guy with the heavy gun, and if memory serves correctly, well, first things first, there's a little bit of cleanup to do on it. So I'm going to grab my knife and tighten it up so I can use it. It fell off earlier. And carefully, I'm going to clean this edge off, because there's just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this drill bit and clean out the hole a little bit, because there was some flashing in the hole. Now, if I had a smaller drill bit, I'd drill out the hole a little bit more. But since my drill bit's a little bit wider than that hole, that's as far as I'm going to go. And then I'm going to grab the model, and I'm going to see how well the piece fits. And I somehow glued my hand together. So right here, there is a little bit of flashing or something to clean up. So I'm going to try and file that a little bit, because that's what's making it not fit quite right. It doesn't need much, so I'm just going to do a little bit at a time until I find out where it wants to go. Like, I can get the arm pretty much spot on there. There's still a little bit of gap there, so maybe a little bit more. Hard part with it is going to be as to where. And I don't want to use the knife on it because it's such a small piece, so we're just going to take the flat again and take a few more strokes at it. Probably don't want to go too far because then I'm going to make it worse. And I'm going to stop there. That's pretty good. Probably I'm going to take a little bit off here. Because there's a little bit of a gap in his arm. But it's a thing of baby steps. At least I think so. That's about as good as it's going to get, I think. Oops. Sorry about that. That is about as good as it's going to get. If you're concerned about that gap, you can always fill it with a little bit of putty. That's actually going to be pretty tough to fill. And this is actually going to be a tough piece to zip kick because you're going to have to hold it. And I'm going to take this foam from one of my army kits and I'm going to use it to wipe it off, and then I'm going to glue it in place. And I'm going to take the zip kicker real quick. I miss. Over. Oh, crap. Let's see if I can get it on there. Did it work? Holy crap, it worked. And that model's done. Pretty bad looking dude. We're going to grab this guy. No, we're going to go with the sniper next because I'm pretty sure I know where his weapons are. And the sniper is the first guy I glued together. So we're going to take his sniper rifle. We're going to nip it off here. That's actually his elbow there. Take the knife and shave that a little bit. Shave that a little bit. Try and return it to an elbow type of look. Take a look at it and see if there's any place else real quick that needs to maybe be cleaned up. There's a little piece of flashing there. Just cut it off because it's in the way for sure. And then we're going to test the joints. He really kind of doesn't have too much of a arm joint. So you just kind of have to figure out where he's going to lay. And that's pretty much how he's going to go together. He's going to be another tough one to glue and zip kick because there is no there. That's pretty much how he wants to be. So I'm going to put the smallest drop of glue I can put here and the smallest drop of glue I can put there. And then I'm going to take them and I'm going to hold them together. Hopefully he dries quickly. Uh-oh. Hopefully he dries quickly and not to my hands now because I screwed up and I dropped it. Switch the angle a little bit so I can switch my hands around. I can reach my zip kicker. Now, I'm going to do something that's a little bit risky here because zip kicker is an accelerant. If you've got super glue on your fingers, it's going to burn. Which I apparently don't. He is not a done model, but he is almost done. Because he needs his backpack yet. But we're going to set him aside, let him dry. Well, this... Oh. See, I didn't have enough glue on him when I zip kicked him. So, we're going to fix him real quick. Small drop of glue here. That was way too big. That was way too big. So take it off real quick as best you can with something. And where is... This guy goes like this, I think. And like this. zip kick him. Now, again, zip kicker is an accelerant, so it weakens the glue. Normally, if I wasn't doing a video, I probably wouldn't use this. I'd sit here and hold this model for 5 or 6 minutes until the super glue dried. We'll grab him next because there's only one more piece, and the more pieces we can eliminate, the better off we are. I'm going to lay him down for a second, and I'm going to try and figure out where everything goes. It looks like the backpack comes and it plugs into the front here. So I should be able to, if I can use my fingers again. It's a little bit tough now that they've got glue on them. I should be able to tuck that in there like that. So I am going to nip this off. I don't recommend this part at home, but I'm giving it a little bit of a divot as best I can so that it fits in there a little bit better. Because if you take a look at it, it goes on his back. It's supposed to come straight down, I believe, which is almost an impossibility. So move it over to the side a little bit, like so. Curl it down and around, and try and start working it back up. Get it back in there. A pair of tweezers would be great for this if you've got them, or some medical forceps. Again, if you've got them. I do not. So I'm going to use these nippers gently to do that. And that's my goal. I'm going to get it glued in there like that. So I'm going to take a drop of glue, put it on the tip of the gun there, and on his back. Normally I would glue the female end of the backpack, but since I have to handle this one so much, I'm putting it on the male end so I can get it where it needs to go, which is right there. Now I have to hold it until it dries. Enough. This is actually really hard to do, believe it or not. But now I can relax enough to grab the zip kicker and set it aside. That's a complete model. So this is their heavy gunner. This is his pack, a little bit bent. I'm not sure what the canisters are for on these. They kind of look cool. But I travel a lot, so I almost am certain that I'm going to bust them off. And so I'm just going to take that one off and that one off of this guy so he's balanced, because I know I'm going to break them off. And I don't want to have to come back and touch up my models, because that's something I'm really bad about doing. So I'm just going to bust it off now. I'm going to glue the pack on, and I can tell you right now that the chain no, I can't tell you. I have to look at the box. I almost like it better upside down, but it's in the way of things. So I'm going to put some glue on this end here. Try not to get it on my fingers. And I'm going to glue it to his back, like so. Zip kicked. It's pretty much done. I'm going to figure out where that goes in a minute. This is the sniper's backpack, but we're going to set that aside too. We're not going to do that yet, because we're going to go over here and figure out who's who. He's got one arm on the weapon, and oh, this is him. There we go. I was overlooking it before. That's a hand. Right there. That goes to this gentleman here. So we're not gonna do it like that, because it's white metal, it's soft. So I'm gonna get my snips. I'm gonna come in here like this. Snip that off there. Nip that off a little bit more. Nip this little piece off here. And I'm going to see how he fits. I see what they're trying to do. They almost did it. They're trying to get the stock of the weapon all the way into his shoulder, which is pretty. He's going to be a little bit more relaxed than I wanted him to be because of the positioning. But, you know, it's metal. You can only do so much to it. So we're going to put the glue here and here, and we're going to mess with it until I get it right. As right can be. This is where one of those little extra arm things with all the little clips would come in handy, because I wouldn't be gluing my fingers together. As soon as I get that in there, and that in there where I want it, I'm going to do my darndest to zip kick it, because this is a lot of holding. Not sure I did that right. Got it in right there. I don't think I'm going to do any better than that. And I'm going to set them. No, I'm going to take and I'm going to use one of the heads right off the bat. What's this head look like? Head's a helmet one. So I'm going to do the face. And I'm going to put a little divot of glue in there just like that. That's a lot of glue for a head, so I'm going to dab this off a little bit. And I'm just going to take it and go like this and hold it until it dries. I mean, these models really are easy to go together. I'm real good today at gluing my fingers together. That does it. Probably no glue in there anymore. I've got so much glue on my fingers I can't hold the model's head. And I really kind of want him to be looking in the direction of what he's shooting at. Let's see if I got glue in there. Well, his head's on. We'll find out in a little bit. Now we can move to this guy. He gets this weapon, which I'm going to nip off right now. and figure out which way it goes like that. You can't really tell that well, but there's the little divot, there's the little divot, and it goes something like that. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on the gun arm. And we're going to hold it long enough. Maybe. That it dries. For those of you that are wondering, Zip Kicker really stinks. Not supposed to inhale it. Now we're going to take his head and we'll glue his head on too. We'll do that right away. And then all that's left is backpacks. So you put together 6 models in, say 28 minutes-ish. There, now he's looking the way he's pointing. That looks a little... I probably twisted that gun a little too much, but that's okay. So, grab the sniper, grab his backpack, nip it off, see which way it goes. Looks like it goes like that. Put a little bit of glue on it. Flip it over, maybe. Find the hole, maybe. There. Try not to glue your finger to it like I think I might have. And you can actually find a spot where this model almost form fits, or where this piece almost form fits the body. And then just to be safe, I'm going to hit it with some Zip Kicker to save time. Set him off to the side. Grab the gunner real quick. Wait. I need to look at my box. Alright, I'm back. His chain belt, if you're going to put it on, it's not something I normally would put on, but I'm going to for this video, because I would probably break it off. It goes from right about here, this little indentation, to right there, it looks like. So, with your handy dandy nippers, I want my smaller, tighter nippers. Nip that end off. Nip that end off, and then figure out which way it fits better. It looks like it's pretty much formed already. Okay, here. Pretty much, it is pretty much formed already. Just a little twist there, I think. I'm going to file a little bit of this off because it's not flat. And same thing here. And then we're going to look at it again. I don't think I'm going to get it much better than that. So I'll put my glue on here. Put a little drop. Wow, that was way too much. I hate super glue. Quickly I'll hold it in place until hopefully it dries. Which, there's so much zip kicker in the air, it's already starting to dry. Wham. I hope I wasn't off screen for that. That would be bad. Looks pretty cool. There's no way I'm going to be able to paint that kind of detail on the belt, but hey, such is life. Come back to this guy. Glue his backpack on right after you nip it off. So if you're looking for a game that goes together quick and you can have your models on the table unpainted relatively quick to try it out or to get playing, man, these models go together fairly quick. I'm having some issues here today with my glue in my fingers. Sorry about that. Done model. I'm a little bit embarrassed by how slow these are actually going together because I should be done. But I caused my own problems. And there's one model left that needs a backpack, and that's this guy here. Lay him down, put some glue on this end, just a drop. Less is better. Super glue tends to run all over the place. For plastic models, sometimes I've been known to use gel. I kind of like it. The problem is that when you open gel, it tends to ooze out, and it hardens differently. So there you go. We have the CCC starter pack for the Mercs Miniatures line, fully assembled in 35 minutes. Come back in. 35 minutes, and we'll just say 36 minutes. So you average what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 models, about 7 minutes a model. Considering 2 of them were like one piece, that's not my greatest time. Kind of bad, actually. But thanks for watching. This has been Matt Lemke with Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and another figure forge. This one was the Mercs Miniatures line of the CCC starter. CCC starter, not 4 C's, 3 C's. And you can always visit mercsminis.com to learn more about the Mercs Miniatures game. If you liked our videos and you're watching this on our blog, feel free to click the social media links to stay up to date with our posts on the right-hand side of your screen. Have a good day.